Well, tell us the story. Tell us how that changed. I think in some ways it changed your life or how you thought about things. Did it not?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, as an actor, you're like always thinking, I got to get a really big part. I've got to get a really big part. And I got booked on Buffy, and it was literally, you guys, 7 seconds of screen time. That's it. But it was like, for me as an actor, probably one of my favorite days ever in the world, because I was the last scene ever shot on the show. So after they, yeah, I know. It was crazy. And I think it was my first, like, the only role I had done before that was Unsolved Mysteries, which is like not nearly as big a production. So I walk in and I'm like in this giant warehouse with like 1,000 people. I'm kidding. There was maybe 100, all like fussing about me. Like, oh, do you need water? Oh, do you need this? Right. And Joss obviously directed the scene. I get to call him Joss because I've met him all. And you know, we did the thing, and he called cut, and literally everybody started hugging each other, and there were people that were crying, and I was like, wow, so this isn't a moment for me to participate in. I mean, these guys have been doing the show for what, 7 years? And so I left. I was all the way like to the door on the other end of the trailer when I hear Jenna, and I was like, oh my God, did I like leave my mic on? Oh no, I wasn't mic'd because I didn't actually have a line. Like, there was like all these thoughts going through my head, and I turn around and here's Joss flipping Whedon running across the warehouse. And he's like, I just wanted to say thanks for being in the show.
What? Like, Joss Whedon?
You love it. I love it.
Joss flipping Whedon like gave me a hug. We took a picture. He said thank you. I looked at him, I'm like, you realize you're Joss Whedon and this is Buffy, right? Like, like, you don't have to thank me. Are you kidding? I was at this film festival. Gosh, it had to have been at least 5 years after. And you guys remember, it's 7 seconds, right? And I'm sitting in the green room at this film festival, and it was also a music festival. The guy who played Spike is in a band, and he happened to have just played. So this woman comes in, and she was asking if that band had come on. And I was like, yeah. And you could tell she was really sad because she wanted to see Spike. Like, she was a fan. And she was texting, and she looked up at me, and I'm not even kidding you, she burst into tears.
What?
And it was like awkward. Like, and I just sat there, and when she stopped crying, she said to me, that moment on Buffy gave me the courage to leave my abusive boyfriend.
What?
And I was like, holy F, right? Like, what else do you say? I was like, wow, that's the magic of media, right? That's the magic of what we do. And for me, that was the moment I realized there really aren't any small parts.
No way.
I mean, it was 7 seconds. There were no lines. And yet 5 years later, someone recognized me and was so emotional that she cried. And it was a moment that like gave her courage. So it's one of my favorite stories to share, because I feel like we all have those types of stories in our lives, right? Where we empowered somebody without even realizing it.